I'm wondering if you're feeling better now that you've been up here for a bit working with us than you were before you came in.
No, very frankly, I feel a hell of a lot worse because all the junk's coming my way. Now, if John Morton got up here, I'd feel a hell of a lot better because some of the junk would go his way.
Really?
Don't throw it over my side. Throw it that way.
Feeling better?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Are we feeling better or not? Yeah. Okay. We're feeling really pretty good.
Okay. So do you still want me to work with introductory material, or shall I actually get to the question?
Well, make it easy on yourself.
Okay. Would you talk to us about the silent ones and whatever there would be that you might share about them?
No, would you like to try another question?
Okay.
That was really hard. That's not easy. How do you talk about something that never talks so you don't know if you're right or wrong?
Hey! I just raised my hand, you called on.
First of all, the silent ones are part of a different manifestation of God's creation than what angels or humans or Devic realms come to. They're different form. And if you were to see one move, you'd have to watch it probably 1,000,000 years before you'd see any movement. Because theirs is not a movement field, theirs is a being field. So they just be. They would look an awful lot like a triangle. Maybe the type that, let's see if there's one over there, the type you might hang on a Christmas tree. And they have a kind of a color of alabaster. And they move their viscosity according to what's going on in any particular energy field. And their jobs are really to hold and maintain. And it only takes a few, one or two, maybe three, to handle all of this universe and everything that's in it, or will ever be in it. So a silent one is God's creator. When God spoke, it was not the silent ones who spoke, but were the silent ones who amplified the content of that. Because when God spoke, he didn't need anybody else to speak for him. So the message of the speaking is already done. They probably wouldn't go back to redo anything because the very presence of their specialty and their beingness is a constant maintenance of perfection. Now, usually perfection by itself is constant, except most things that we look at as perfect don't move. Statues, paintings, things that move, have any kind of movement, river, wind, snow, water, animals, will not be able to enter into perfection because they're going to be falling apart. They're going to be deteriorating, and there's going to be a lot of maintenance for that to happen. The silent ones, because of their maintaining ability, gives the absolute appearance of purity. But there cannot be absolute purity in any of the lower levels of creation. Because pure is not a designation as much as it's a maintenance process. And so we're maintaining the process or stabilizing all the universes. on the galaxies and the solar systems, it's done by God's whim. It's like God may go, and it's already being done. So before God can give a command, the very nature of the wish or the presence of God's energy is amplified through the silent ones and becomes absolutely manifest in the most pure state that can be had at that place of manifestation. So it's an agreed upon process to have perfection, but maintenance is something that in the very beginning is established to always be. And because of its establishment to always be, it always was. You following? So when something always was, then you have to watch your vocabulary terms, because you can't go from a state of wasness into a state of beingness. You can just ride on the perfection of maintenance. If we can maintain and keep ourselves at a certain level of perception, then we are perceived as perfect. But it's a perception of perfect, not perfect. So it's a maintenance of perfection. So we have a very hard time understanding, how do I become perfect even as my Father in heaven is perfect? Well, if you look at what he made, you understand the Father in heaven isn't perfect. And that they're referencing him as one of the lesser gods that performed the task of bringing all this together. So that pretty much takes that and puts it where you can look at it. There's not too much you can do with this information. You can think about it a great deal, but there's not much of a doing process with it. It's more of an enabling. You enable it to take place. So we have to come to a higher state of reference and hitch our wagon to that star, if you will. And then let that star lead us into the higher heavens. And the leading of that star is the Christ.